Hey guys, Robert here. Today we're going to do a review of the Leatt Body T Reaflex Stealth Body Armor. I actually purchased 4 different sets of body armor from super heavy duty down to relatively lightweight. Stay to the end of the video and I'll share with you what the other body armor systems I purchased and why I didn't go with them. But today I'm going to start off with the body armor I did choose. What are the things I liked about it? What are the things I didn't like about it? So before we get started, let me give you a little background on why I went ahead with body armor at all, and then we'll jump into the details of this piece of equipment. Up until a few years ago, I wore no protection whatsoever. And after 30 plus years of mountain biking, you know darn right well I've been injured many times. Yet continued with no body armor. Up until about 4 years ago when I finally started using elbow pads and knee pads. However, a year ago, I was out on a ride, not even a super technical terrain, but on a relatively fast, smooth downhill. Hit a root with my pedal, over the bars I went, flying through the air, went down really hard on my right shoulder and just blew it out. It's taken me about 8 months to get back in action, and I can tell you those 8 months were torture. I'm not getting any younger, and to have injuries to this degree is really difficult to recover, not only physically, but also mentally. I cannot afford to get injured to that degree again. So it was necessary for me to bite the bullet and look into getting body armor. This is a lightweight, lightly armored body protector, primarily designed for mountain bikers who want a little extra protection without the weight and bulk of a more heavily armored enduro type body armor. And although I haven't crashed, I can give you a general idea of what I think would happen if I did crash. I'm going to cover 4 distinct areas of quality and construction, durability, protection, and finally, is this thing comfortable? I'm going to give very high marks to materials and construction. It's a very lightweight, breathable material. You can notice the stitching is high quality. Materials are very high quality. Zipper, which actually goes down the left side of the body armor, smooth, gauges nicely, very well constructed, and top of the line materials. Number 2, durability. It's thin. It's a lightweight piece of equipment. You can see the material has a lot of breathable holes in there. It could be fragile. I fear that after a period of time, it's going to rip easily perhaps, or stretch out. So of course this is hypothetical because I haven't worn it enough to really find out, but just common sense will tell you these lightweight materials over time are probably going to deteriorate. So protection wise, which is of course the main point, is really quite minimal. Exhibit A, we have the chest protector. This is really super thin. Although it's a bit dense, this is really not going to do much in terms of crashing into rocks or anything hard. Most certainly not going to protect your ribs. So here's the shoulder pad. As you can see, it wraps around, contoured. Flipping it over, you can also take it out of here. You can see how thin this is. This is really not much in the way of protection. It may stop a bruise here or there. Definitely not designed for major impacts, and it most certainly is not designed to stop major shoulder injuries like the one I had. So this is the external part of the spine protection. You can flip it over. And here's what it looks like from inside the jacket. Spine protector slips into this thin pocket, and here is the protector here. It's really a soft rubber. Not a huge piece. It's not going to protect your entire back. It's more for the middle part of the spine. Perforated with holes, so that is also breathable. The front part of the back, this is padded here, further down in the sternum. This is a little more dense. I mean, it would stop some impact, but not some huge rocks. And this piece here is very thick. This actually is supposed to be removed if you want to put a neck brace on, which I won't do, so it's just going to add extra protection for me. So let's throw it on, talk about the comfort and why I think it's something I would use every ride, which is the point. If there's a one area this thing shines, and it is comfortable in comparison to the other body armor I had tried. And of course that has something to say with the amount of padding it has. It really fits nice and snug. I can move really nicely inside of it. My shoulders can move. When I have it on for a long period of time, it doesn't really bother me. I have motion in and out. It comes off easily with this zipper. And the most important part about this, if it's not comfortable for me, I'm generally not gonna wear it. This is more designed for cross-country trail riding. Keep in mind, this is not perfect. If you're looking for something that's gonna give you some protection, if comfort is your most important thing, this is definitely a nice option. As I mentioned in the beginning of the video, I'll talk about the 3 other body armor systems I purchased and tried out. My goal was to find which I would actually use every time I rode in relation to the protection it actually offered. So let's jump in. I tried the Alpinestars, the Leatt design, and the POC. do me a favor, give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. Let's start with the Alpinestars. By far, this was the most protective. In fact, it was more protective than the body armor I wore in Afghanistan, and maybe equal to the armor knights wore in the Middle Ages, but it was really highly uncomfortable. The plastic chest protector and plastic shoulder pads dug into my body most of the ride. In addition, this was just way too hot. With so much plastic, the long sleeves, and the fabric did not breathe well, it was a real steam bath. The Leatt designs, this is really a lightweight jacket, but this was so hot and really uncomfortable. And perhaps the most annoying thing is because it has no zipper, you have to pull it over your head like a t-shirt. Good luck trying to get that off after a sweaty ride. Now, POC Spine VPD 2.0 jacket. This is really a nice armor jacket. Super high quality, solid protection, and reasonably comfortable. But, as I said before, there are no shortcuts when wearing protective armor. It's hot when climbing in warm weather, and although way more comfortable than the other two, it is still nowhere near as comfy as the Leatt. The other thing about this jacket is I didn't care for the long sleeves. I think a short sleeve version of this would be better for me, as I would prefer to use my own elbow pads. This would also improve ventilation and reduce the heat. I do like this jacket, and in fact, going to keep it. So, the overall verdict? As you probably already guessed, the Leatt system is going to be the one I will use. It's comfortable, and I'll use it on every ride. As you know, it's not the most protective, but I'm going to wear it. And the runner-up is the POC Spine VPD, and I'll keep that one more for technical rides in cooler weather. Hey, if you found this video helpful, do me a favor, give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this. As always, this is your intrepid traveler, Roberto, over and out.